Bird flu in U.S. cattle has caused concern amongst milk drinkers. Is cow's milk safe to drink? Bird flu has been detected widely in pasteurized milk products in the U.S. We asked experts about the safety of drinking pasteurized and raw milk. An outbreak of avian influenza in American dairy cattle has shown no signs of slowing in recent weeks, with 9 states reporting cows infected with the H5N1 virus. The virus does not typically jump from cows to humans, but in April, a farm worker in Texas tested positive for bird flu. Remnants of the bird flu virus, H5N1, have been found in 20% of pasteurized milk samples in the U.S. Pasteurization is a heating process used to kill pathogens such as the H5N1 virus, leaving non-infectious, inactive fragments of the virus behind. The majority of milk in the U.S. is pasteurized, going through an intensive heating process which kills pathogens such as H5N1. The Food and Drug Administration, FDA, strongly recommends against drinking raw milk. In an initial study, the FDA tested 297 commercial products from 38 states and detected high pathogenic avian influenza (HPAI) viral particles in 1 in 5 samples. This suggests that HPA infection in dairy cows was more widespread than previously appreciated, the FDA wrote in its findings. But as pasteurization destroys viruses, leaving broken remnants such as DNA or bits of the protein coat behind, the next step was to find out if these viral particles were active and infectious, or simply inactive fragments. The agency used egg inoculation tests to find out, the gold standard for infectivity. The tests came back negative, indicating that there was no evidence of live H5N1 bird flu virus in the pasteurized milk. This demonstrated conclusively that standard pasteurization inactivates influence when raw milk is processed, the agency concluded. The FDA has been working with deliberate speed on a wide range of studies looking at milk along all stages of production, on the farm, during processing, and on retail shelves, to inform our understanding of HPAI and its presence in milk, a spokesperson for the FDA tells the BBC. Based on this research, the spokesperson says the FDA is confident in the safety of the commercial pasteurized milk supply. Pasteurization equals safety. Michael Payne, a researcher at the Western Institute of Food Safety and Security at the University of California, Davis, tells the BBC. The science and technology of pasteurization has been keeping people safe since the 1860s. A 2020 study found all viruses, except parvoviruses, are susceptible to thermal killing. Essentially, there are no risks from viruses in pasteurized milk, says Payne. This is also true of dairy product made from pasteurized milk, butter, cream, etc. But Payne adds, bird flu in cattle is a brand new disease presentation, and so researchers are scrambling to learn more about it. 2 months ago, there were no dairy or food safety researchers who anticipated that we would be testing for avian influenza in the tissue or product of cows, Payne says. Thus far, all of our laboratory and epidemiologic investigations indicate that it is extremely difficult for a cow to pass the virus to a human. A recent, isolated case of human infection with bird flu in Texas involved a dairy farm employee working with cows presumed to be infected with H5N1. The worker did not develop respiratory symptoms. However, they developed conjunctivitis with the virus present in the eye tissue and reported not wearing eye protection when working with symptomatic cows. The worker's conjunctivitis cleared within days, and their household contacts remained well. The virus has not spread easily between humans, though a few instances of limited transmission have been reported in the past decades. To date, there have been no reported cases of a human contracting bird flu from raw milk. Only 27 states permit the sale of raw milk, and it is illegal to sell raw milk across state lines. However, raw milk can contain a variety of disease-causing pathogens, such as Listeria and E. coli. On the 29th of April, the New York State Department of Agriculture and Markets issued an alert to residents of Schuyler County, New York, after one person became ill after drinking raw milk from a local dairy. The raw milk was found to be contaminated with Campylobacter, a bacteria that can cause diarrhea, stomach cramps, and fever. Despite the risks, a 2022 study found around 4.4% of people in the U.S. reported drinking raw milk in the 12 months prior. One 2014 study of 983 infants in Europe found that consumption of unprocessed cow's milk reduced risk of respiratory infections by around 30%. The authors did also note that raw milk was capable of transmitting serious infections, including tuberculosis and brucellosis, among others. Another body of research from scientists in Germany found raw milk could reduce asthma and allergies. However, the study authors likewise noted the minimal but real risk of life-threatening infections from raw milk. Other researchers argue vehemently that pasteurization is essential to avoid serious health risks from contaminated milk. An ongoing trial in Germany is comparing ultra-heat-treated milk with other, less heat-intensive methods for ensuring milk is free of pathogens to assess their effects in children with asthma. There are those who advocate for the benefits of raw milk despite the risks.